I want to talk about the writing in Babygirl. So last week I got to see Babygirl and I was so impressed by how brilliantly it was constructed. Minor spoilers for the movie. Obviously, on its face, this movie is about Nicole Kidman being an older CEO who starts having an affair with her younger intern. There is obviously this huge element of like DS. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here. DS is one of the things that's very big in the like KINK community. Again, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Immediately after this movie finished, I turned to my friend and I said, this movie's actually about boundaries. And I know that sounds fairly obvious when you're talking about like a DS dynamic, but one of the things that was interesting to me is that the movie from the beginning immediately lets us know that these people have no boundaries, right? There is all of this ethical slippage constantly as soon as the movie starts, right? Nicole Kidman, again, is the CEO. There's a very like lax casualness to the office. Everyone says hey to each other, which felt really interesting. Nicole Kidman is in her 50s or maybe early 60s as a CEO in this movie. Her saying hey versus hi or hello to all of her subordinates was an immediate tip-off that everything was not right in this office. There's another scene where Sophie Wilde's character, who plays like Jane's right-hand woman or the like intern coordinator, is talking to the intern, showing them around. She keeps touching them. She touches them on the small of their back. She touches them on their arms. She touches them on there's a lot of touching that's like unaddressed and weird. Like if you've ever worked in a very, very corporate environment, you know that that's like, what are you doing? Where's HR? And I know that this is like a robotics startup, so it's not necessarily the most corporate of all corporate jobs, but it was still interesting, right? It's a visual language. It's showing us that this place is very lax, that everyone here is very like loosey-goosey. So it's not surprising that what ends up happening sort of ends up happening. There's another shot of Nicole Kidman and her family where the two daughters or the two kids are sleeping in the bed with them, right? There's all of this like enmeshment. Everyone is always touching. Everyone is always like in each other's spaces. Everyone is always in each other's bubbles. And like it starts before we even meet Sam, Harris Dickinson's character. I was also surprised by the fluidity in roles, even though there is still this like hierarchy in their relationship. They sort of avoid a lot of the trigger words that are really, powerful for people and that a lot of other people have issues with. They have sort of conversations about what are we and what aren't we. And again, there's that issue of like boundaries and like ethical slippage and sort of slipping between like who's in charge and who's actually in charge. But ultimately, I thought it was really well done. I also want to say that Sophie Wilde is the standout of this movie for me. She was in Talk to Me and she was incredible. If you don't like horror movies, I understand. But like if you watch Babygirl, you will totally understand why people are obsessed with her now. She is a star. And I like to think that I'm good at these things because I have a pretty good track record of predicting who's going to be a star and who isn't, just based on their like presence in a movie. And I was blown away by her. Underneath all of the like shit going on in this movie, there is an actually really interesting story about female ambition alongside the story of female desire. And that's all I'm going to say because I want people to watch the movie. I'm going to do a post tomorrow with some Babygirl book rec, so if you're interested, watch that video. I will hold space for it in the comments below, and you will be able to watch it tomorrow.